full employment. These days, we are highly concerned with providing full employment. But this era is an era of outsourcing, self-employment, super skilling, entrepreneurship, and entrepreneurial leadership. Because of technological changes that are happening, artificial intelligence has provided us many new machines and new technology. For that reason, our attitude must change towards getting the opportunity to work. I have already discussed in my lectures on legal fiction how to generate enormous financial resources for the purpose of input for super economic development of this country. And the main suggestion was that the clubbing of incomes of the minor child, clubbing of income of the spouse, the missus, clubbing of income of other family members with the income of the head of the family should not continue in the income tax law, because after paying all taxes, whatever surplus is generated, that surplus can be utilized by the taxpayer for consolidating the economy of the family, and Yogakshema Sthayi Nidhi account can be opened in the bank for the welfare of the family members. Since all taxes have been paid, there ought to be no reason why the government should resort to clubbing measures. What has been alleged earlier since British time, that if you do not club, there will be tax evasion. I have proved in my research thesis of PhD law that since we are clubbing, there is revenue loss. And I have proved by an example of one deposit of 10 lakh rupees in Yogakshema Nidhi account, and how employment for 31 persons is generated, and we are losing 12 lakhs rupees. We are preventing the investment of 10 lakhs rupees and losing a revenue of 12 lakhs rupees. Similarly, there were other suggestions. Now, in continuation of that, since we have already discussed how financial resources can be generated, so in continuation, if supposing out of 3.5 crore income taxpayers, 1 crore taxpayers take a decision to deposit 10 lakh each in the Sthayi Nidhi, Yogakshema Sthayi Nidhi account of the minor children, missus, and the dependent family members of the family, the post-tax surplus, after paying all taxes, whatever is remained, that amount you deposited. If 1 crore taxpayer take a decision to deposit 10 lakhs each, then 31 workers employed by 1 unit of 10 lakhs, and 1 crore taxpayers' decision to 31 employed by 1 crore, 31 crore persons will get employment, job opportunity in any form, whether self-employment form or piece rate work form, in any form. So there will be enormous resources will be generated for providing the work opportunity to the people of this country, and there will be no unemployment remaining hereafter. And these suggestions, I'm sure, will be accepted by the present government, present leadership, because they are very much conscious of such new ideas and the development of the country. In continuation, now we continue our talk. Employment is possible wherever you find a scarcity. The needs cry for fulfillment. Wherever you find a scarcity, there is demand for supply. If you are aware of the crisis of scarcities, do you think there is no scarcity around you? There is scarcity all over. Whenever you find a scarcity, there is need for supply and opportunity for work. For example, we take the transport sector. We observe that there are overcrowded trains. There is need for more trains, more railroad development. There are villages in remote areas that need road connectivity. More roads are required to be built up and constructed. The government is engaged in the effort, the nation is engaged, and there is effort to provide more and more work opportunities of a piece rate work basis, self-employed for self-employed entrepreneurs to have initiative. There is great opportunity. Similarly, in the housing sector, if the houses are built on systematic lines with due strength, and the transactions are done with transparency and trust, there is demand for houses. But there is trust deficit in the housing sector. Have you seen people sleeping in footpaths, people in the slums? They need better houses. Even middle class persons need affordable housing in trustworthy transactions, and trustworthy construction. There is need for massive housing construction, the need for quality, strength and hygiene. Now, this is a sector where a large scale work opportunities are possible. Nation is working vigorously, the government is taking the initiative to provide housing for all, and the entrepreneurial sector, the self-employed persons too, can they take the initiative and provide housing facilities. In the educational sector, there is a vast scope for work for leading intellectuals, highly educated persons, to educate the dropouts and to make them successful. There are educational establishments who are not concerned with the failure or success. They go on a routine basis. But unfortunately, the careers of the promising students are lost when they fail in the professional studies. These establishments which take pride in failing the professional students are seriously in error. Their aim should be 100% success. There is an immediate need and great demand for learned teachers who will coach, educate, and guide these dropouts towards success. Those who are engaged in teaching do know and should know. Now, it is a common knowledge as well that each human being, each student is a potential genius. Those who overlook this fact need to learn and re-educate themselves. Refer to biographies of geniuses, refer to research literature on geniuses, which is in plenty, it's available on the internet. Even. Don't shy away from learning. Each human being is a potential genius. Remember, we need professors, teachers with such conviction. There could be immense demand for such teachers. Top educated persons have a great job to do. Please assert yourself, your worth assured to this country that India will not allow dropouts to remain dropouts. We will develop them into a genius. Each so-called failure, dropout shall be considered as a disciple and coached, guided and trained to success. The highly learned persons should be engaged as professional, technical and success guide coaches for dropouts. Thus we can provide work for highly educated in the transition period of the career. In education sector, there is need for teaching various skills that are essential for the success of a person. They are known as soft skills. These skills are effective writing, effective speaking, creative thinking, super learning techniques. This kind of work has vast self-employment potential instantly. I've been giving inspiring books to my students. I've been teaching them on effective speaking, effective writing, and various kinds of skills whenever I found time, besides giving them lectures on the subject for which I was assigned a lecture. From education sector, we do provide technocrats in various advanced disciplines like medicine, engineering, architecture, agriculture. In another sector, ecology, there are massive government efforts and national efforts in progress. These efforts need to be enhanced by massive social support. Afforestation can solve various ecological problems. There are large number of there's large scale work opportunities in this sector. Voluntary work and institutional work. The entire desert of Rajasthan can be transformed into horticulture forest if we resolve to do so in a time frame. It needs firm resolve and work. Do social forestry and reap the punya results of virtuous deeds for the entire life. It's like a worship of a Vanadevata and Vanadevi. Planting a forest, especially fruits, trees that can give fruits for sustenance, is the worship of Vanadevata and Vanadevi. Scarcity of water. There is another sector of water sector. There is vast work opportunity in the field of water management, water conservation. You create a water well, water tank, in a village area, a remote area, in a month's time, and derive punya, the fruits of virtuous deeds for the whole life. Now this is one work of creating water reservoir, water tank, a water well, where human beings, birds, animals, all will be drying sustenance, water supply, and the result will be punya, and which will go along with you for the whole of your life. So 1 month's dedication and work of construction of water well, water tank, water reservoir will yield the fruits of virtues for the whole of your life. 1 month's work, an entire life punya. Then there is a vast opportunity for work in repairing and maintenance sector, machinery repairing, electricity, electronics, transport machinery, agricultural machinery, household machinery. There is scope for skilled persons who are skilled, super skilled in repairing and maintenance sector. The freelance work in this sector is self-employment, outsourcing on a piece-by basis. Computer sector, there is ever increasing scope for freelance self-employment work in computer sector. It is outsourcing work. There is a change in trend. Earlier, people got work on time payment basis. Now the trend has changed. And we ought to be aware of the changes that are happening. Now it is the work-based payment. It is known as an outsourcing or self-employment era. We need to be aware. We need to be aware that time-based work employment is a rare phenomenon today. And to wait for the time-based employment will be futile. It's better to frame the mind in such a manner and prepare ourselves with super skills that we can do work on outsourcing basis and a self-employment basis. Self-employment, outsourcing are the new terms for the new kind of work opportunities. We all should therefore engage in self-skill development. From unskilled to skilled and super skilled is the new mantra for success. From unskilled to skilled and super skilled is the new mantra for success, for outsourced self-employment. Continuous improvement in skills, lifetime continuous learning, ever optimistic and sophistication in work, with human understanding and cooperation will definitely lead to success. We need goals, aims of greatness, grace and grandeur. We need goals, aims of greatness, grace and grandeur. We have more than 7,000 years of freedom of mind, history, history, heritage and legacy. We have more than 7,000 years of freedom of mind. For that reason only, we had several schools of thoughts of Indian philosophy, and we could progress to the pinnacle of glory. We have a history, we have a glorious history, heritage and legacy as our strength. That keeps us and each one of you awake in pride when everybody else is asleep. Please prefer to be your own self-employed masters. Please prefer to be your own self-employed masters, the leaders, the entrepreneurs. Honor to leaders who will work as self-employed and create value for all. Honor to leaders who will work as self-employed and create value for all. Honor to the spirit of freedom of mind. for self-employed humankind so that we become super skilled to handle the new coming artificial intelligence machines and progress. Change, progress, super skills, super learning is awaiting for you and us all. Let us be affirmative, positive, and success conscious.